In 1915, Carl Laemmle celebrated the gala opening of Universal City. He began charging the public 25 cents to sit in bleachers and watch as silent movies were being filmed. But that's not the whole story. Hello, I'm Alec Baldwin. Join me as I delve into the rich and often completely overlooked history of Universal Studios. Carl Laemmle has long taken the lion's share of the credit for the beginnings of our beloved Universal. But historians now tell us that Laemmle was not the first to discover this new world. Archaeologists now confirm that Universal was discovered nearly 400 years before Carl Laemmle was even born by the famous Spanish conquistador, Dr. Fernando Universal de los Studios. Once established, Universal had many early film successes: Phantom of the Opera, All Quiet on the Western Front, and The Hunchback of Notre Dame. It was during this period that Universal invented the movie franchise with innovative sequels such as The Phantom of Notre Dame, All Hunchbacked on the Western Front, and of course, The Quiet Hunchback Dame is All Front and the Western Phantom, Notre. During the decades that followed, Universal gave audiences films that would become instant classics. Movies like To Kill a Mockingbird, The Sting, Jaws, E.T., Back to the Future, Schindler's List, Erin Brockovich, and A Beautiful Mind. Interestingly enough, one of Universal's biggest hits was based on an anonymous note from the employee suggestion box.
Frank Jones. Frank Jones Jr.
That film went on to become the biggest home video title of all time.
We thought we had a real shot at selling 1 million units, but in fact, we sold 17 billion. The Rock reads the phone book. Our pan and scan release, we bought end caps in every store in America. We put up corrugated. The Lost Names edition, including complicated names like Marie Messier, Schmugger. The product was flying off the shelves. The director's cut, 1,400 hours of deleted scenes. We kept replenishing outtakes, couldn't keep it in stock. And bloopers.
Frank G. I'm so sorry. Oh shit, I'm sorry. Can I say? That one again. I'm sorry, I can't read this.
The movies weren't the only things that changed as time marched on. Universal Studios has survived and flourished under multiple owners ever since Standard Capital bought Carl Laemmle out in 1936. And with new owners came new expectations. In 1962, MCA purchased Universal, and Lew Wasserman's influence was felt throughout the lot.
Hi. What would you like?
I'll have the tuna fish.
I'll have the meatloaf.
I'll have a salad.
Would you like chicken with that?
Yes.
In 1991, Matsushita purchased Universal.
Yes, Miranda.
Emperor Nishimoto on 2.
Sorry, I'll have to call him back.
Okay.
Konnichiwa.
In 1995, Seagram's purchased Universal, but that didn't last long, and neither did the liquor allowance.
We're closing, Mr. Meyer.
Sir, you have to leave the store.
Give me a fucking minute, I'll be out of here.
And in 2000, Vivendi purchased Universal.
Come on, Vatil.
Mad.
Mad. Mad.
Mad.
Mad. Mad. Shit!
Not all of Universal's owners have been big corporations. Universal was briefly owned by 74-year-old Mildred Blanston of Dead Oak, Minnesota.
I really liked owning Universal Studios. I didn't sell all of it back. Oh, no, sir. I kept a little for myself. Thank you, Scotty.
You're welcome, Mrs. Blanston.
Scotty?
But with corporate changes came new corporate terminology, and sometimes that terminology was difficult to understand. In an effort to educate the rank and file, Universal spared no expense.
Now let's talk about the cash-on-cash impact. Cash-on-cash impact means, well, how can I put this? Damn, this one is a bitch.
It takes a lot more than just a few films or television shows to make a company run. There are many unsung departments that all contribute to Universal's success. They all deserve our utmost respect and thanks. And while Universal continues to grow, the feeling of unity and the spirit of innovation is ever present in spite of certain setbacks like Casual Friday. So what does the future hold? I am sworn to secrecy. Then again, they're not paying me diddly for this, so what the hell? The summer of 2003, Universal Pictures will reveal the Universal Projectotron 4000, a multi-billion-dollar first step towards total global domination, an even bigger box office.
Hike.
Twice the adventure, twice the passion, twice the mayhem. The Rock reads the phone book. 2.
Partner, I work alone.
But this time, he's not alone.
Man, let me show you how to read a phone book. From the hood, Frankanita Jones, Fundisha Jones, Fundinetta Jones.
And so, there you are. Our history up till now. When all is said and done, we are not just a company, not just a family, and not just friends. We are part of something that touches everyone on this earth at one time or another, something that evokes laughter and tears and memories. We are something much greater than the sum of ourselves. We are universal, and that is true.
They say the wasserman could make a grown-up shake with fear, but we're still here. And Sid used to ask intimidating questions like, "Sir, who was the idiot that put the music in there?" But we're still here. Dark blue suits with power ties. We tried hard to emulate those guys. Lou was a true pioneer, and he's right here. Konnichiwa, arigato, and Panasonic gear. A star still here. I took a Japanese coach class at Tower Lobby. 91 was the year. But Lou and Sid in the Japanese quarreled over buying big companies. Then in the north, a whiskey breeze came on as we danced to a Brofman song. We're still here.
Action.
Remember re-engineering? Say I had friends on the team, but we got the biggest hangover, mixing Jews with booze. Well, that's energy.
If I were to have sex with you, Allie, would you put me in a film?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Allie Brucker. I love you. I love you.
Bonjour, Madame, au revoir, Jean-Marie. We are still here. No, designed where we'll see whoever owns us, whatever we do, we're universal. It's me and it's you and it's all that we've been through together all these years.
Shut up!